as I'll ever be.
Okay.
Have you ever been to a dance hall and found that you dance alone because you just can't dance at all? Have you ever gotten to a bit of a song that you're performing and asked yourself just what move you're going to do next? Ever since Michael Jackson started dancing, people have been asking how he is able to perform the moves that he does. Perhaps the most famous of these is the moonwalk. We have all seen countless performances by Michael Jackson and others of this gravity-defying dance move. I learned how to moonwalk several years ago after watching many different YouTube presentations on the subject, and I have a list of these presentations here. There's enough copies for everybody to take one, or two if you need one for a friend. I learned how to moonwalk because many of the people I associated with at that point in time were fans of Michael Jackson and his dancing, and I thought that learning how to moonwalk might make them interested enough to introduce themselves to me. This did indeed happen, and I have many friends today that I probably would not have gotten otherwise. This dance move is relevant to anyone who dances on a regular basis, or even a couple of times in the year, because of its extreme popularity. In addition, anyone who is a solo performer in a rock and roll or pop band will find this useful as well. Today, you will learn how to moonwalk as well as those famous stars that have followed quite literally in Michael Jackson's footsteps. Moonwalking is a dance move performed by simultaneously arching and sliding your feet backwards. It can be learned within a few minutes and performed at just about any occasion that involves dancing. For equipment, you're going to need a pair of slick-soled shoes, kind of like the ones I'm wearing here. The rubber soles are good. Everybody see that? And you can moonwalk in any pair of shoes, but slick soles work best because they slide really well. And if you don't have slick soles, you'll find yourself tripping over your feet. Optionally, you can also have a right-handed glove, but that's Michael Jackson's stunts and not mine, so I didn't bring one along. You can if you want to. As far as materials go, you're also going to need a slick floor. Like the shoes, you can moonwalk on just about any surface, but a slick floor is the easiest because, once again, you have the sliding factor. You will also need to have a reasonable degree of fitness because you're going to be turning your ankles in circles like that, balancing on one toe, and you've got to be able to stand up straight and keep your balance while doing all that. So you need to have a reasonable degree of fitness. Now, to start the moonwalk, you need to focus on beginning posture. You're going to want to stand up kind of straight. And I'll stand so that you see the side view. I think that's the easiest way to learn the moonwalk. You don't want to keep military formation like this. That's for the Marines, and I don't think anybody here has seen Army service. So just kind of stand up straight like this. And it's a good idea usually to keep your balance forward, because if your balance is backward and you're sliding backward, you will fall over. I know from personal experience. To begin the move, what you're going to want to do is arch your right foot. This can be done with either foot, but because of the way I'm facing, my right foot is in perfect view for all of you. You're going to want to arch your right foot at a 45 to 90 degree angle, kind of like what I've got right here. If you've got it at anything less than 45 degrees, it's going to look like you're sliding backwards, and that just does away with the entire illusion. And you can't go past 90 degrees because it's physically impossible. After you get your right foot arched, the next thing you're going to do is balance on the toe of your right foot and slide your left foot back. You have to be careful that your balance is on the right foot, because if it's on your left, you will fall over backwards. And that's embarrassing. After that, you're going to drop your right heel to the ground, and at the same time as you're doing that, you're going to bring your left heel up. So that whole maneuver coming from the slide with the left foot looks like this. All it takes is a simple shift in weight. There's really nothing to it. After you get your left foot arched like this, the next thing you need to do is slide your right foot back. And while we're on the subject of sliding, I should say that you don't want to slide 2 or 3 feet at a time. Take a normal walking step and make it look natural. And so if you string all of the above processes together, it's going to look something like this. Now, the only thing remaining with the moonwalk is what you're going to do with your hands. You can just kind of keep them hanging at your side like this, and as long as they don't move, you should do fine. But if you want to make your moonwalk even more convincing, you can move them in conjunction with your feet. And it helps to get a little bit of shoulder movement in there as well, kind of like this. Alternatively, you can just put your hands in your pockets. And this is what most people do because they're not coordinated enough or they don't have the time to learn to move their hands with their feet. And that finishes up the moonwalk. It's useful for any time you go to a dance hall, anything like that. If you want to get people to dance with you, not away from you, the moonwalk is a really good way to do that. And it's also useful for any time you're performing with a band, if that's your kind of thing. If you're the solo performer and you're not encumbered with an instrument, just feel free to moonwalk during the bridge. And I have to say, it's most effective during the bridge because that's where the audience's attention is. Traditional place to put anything special. It also gives you a reputation for being a nimble-footed performer too. People seem to have this illusion that the moonwalk is difficult. Well, like it just demonstrated, illusions are illusions, and they're not difficult at all. By showing all of you how to moonwalk, I hope I've shown you an easy dance move performed by simultaneously arching and sliding your feet backwards that you can take and perform anywhere. It's easy to remember the sequence of steps involved. All that you have to do is take a normal standing posture. Then you just arch your right foot, slide your left foot back, arch your left foot and drop the right at the same time, slide the right back, and string all of it together to get your moonwalk together. It's as simple as that to create a stunning optical illusion you are walking forwards and sliding backwards at the same time. Now, all that you have to do is take this new skill and use it at a dance hall or a performance or anywhere that you think is appropriate. No matter where you perform this move, people will love it. I have a sheet of websites available for anyone interested in watching more tutorials, and there's plenty to go around. I've got 25 sheets here. And all of them feature the moonwalk, either the performance of a moonwalk or a YouTube tutorial on the subject. Thank you very much for your time today, and I hope you find this dance move as fun, useful, and entertaining as I have.